Can't turn back.
What do you think about the crowd in that match, though?
I thought it was very pro-Angle. You know, we had talked about this, and it didn't turn out that way. I think it was very, split crowd, obviously, and yeah.
It was definitely a split crowd, but I actually, when Angle got introduced and came in the ring, put his arms up, I heard boos, which I was very surprised at. I thought if that crowd was going to be anything, I knew it was going to be divided, but I thought it would lean towards Angle, and it seemed like it was just flat out three-way divided. Jeff had his fans, Anderson had his fans, Angle has his fans, and, if anything, I think Angle got the raw end of the cheering.
Run down the card, we did that. Just random points around the pay-per-view. Pay-per-view opens, they do whatever they're going to do, which, that's a whole nother thing of the fact they had no pyro in the show that I can remember.
No, I didn't see any pyro.
They're focusing on these signs that say 10, 10, 10. Fine and dandy. You know what? It's your date. You've been marking it off. It's come once a century. But it's promoting WWE product when the N is the Nexus symbol. Why do you repetitively flash your superior company's, your
competitor,
your competitor who is superior to you, their company's product, their symbol on your TV screen? It makes no sense. It's fine and dandy if you want to put, like Vince Fears Dixie, whatever like that. That's a sign mocking the other company. But this was a sign, essentially, helping promote the other company.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing I could say is that when you're so far below the guy who's on top, you're just you're looking for anything that's going to... even if nobody's really believing that Nexus has anything to do with TNA, but you're looking for anything to try to grab onto that coattail and try to go along for the ride. But I agree with you. I thought the first time it came on, hey, whatever, signs get on TV all the time that you don't want on there. But the fact that they just kept going back to it.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna switch it up. We'll transition. You want to talk about Nexus? We can talk about John Cena running Raw, I guess
2 weeks ago.
Not a couple days ago, but about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, what was it was the 11th, so it would have been 7 days back from the 11th. Do the math.
Dude, I'm not doing that math. It's tired.
The 6th. 5, 12, no. 4.
Doesn't matter.
4! It was the 4th!
That's great. But John Cena, it was the John Cena Raw. I think they had a Jackass segment in there somewhere. There might have been a Ted DiBiase segment. But when you have a program that's about an hour and 20 minutes, I think, after commercials, and you devote almost an hour of it solely to one person, that's not good.
Unless you're a John Cena fan. If you're the only thing you're watching is John Cena, then I'm sure you were happy. But I'm telling you that not even the biggest John Cena fan out there is going to say, man, I want to watch 2 hours of Raw and see nothing but John Cena. I love Edge. I love Edge. I don't want to see 2 hours of Edge. It's not a show.
No, it was a John Cena feature. They might as well, essentially, I think he's got another DVD coming out soon.
Does he?
I think he does, actually. But you might as well make that the 4th disc, the John Cena Raw.
Oh yeah, there's enough footage of it. It was just unreal. It was absolutely unreal how much time was devoted to John Cena. And obviously this show isn't supposed to be just a total bitch rant or anything else like that. I think everyone who's been watching this can clearly tell that we've expressed the positives and the negatives. In this case, this is one of the negatives. This was awful.
Okay, so let's get back on a positive note. Bound for Glory again. Let's talk about what I think was a great setup for a semi-minor company. I really liked their stage. I really liked
the stage was awesome.
I liked all the moving parts with their screens.
The stage was awesome.
I liked a good amount of the entrances. I feel the pyro would have definitely added that high feel that I think Bound for Glory definitely should have.
I'm not a big fan of pyro. I could care less. I understand why it's used, but
it's you know, it's used to help people feel like it's a big show.
I understand, and I mean, I noticed that there was no pyro, but it's only because I become so accustomed to there being pyro. I just don't care. I could care less. I thought the stage was so freaking awesome with the moving parts and the Titantrons moving and having 3 different videos up there. There's not too many times where and I am a TNA fan, but for me, I call a spade, and there's not too many times I find TNA to be doing something better than WWE, even though right now I find Impact way more interesting than Raw, but I find SmackDown more interesting than Impact, if you follow all that.
Gotcha.
But the Titantron, or whatever you want to call that, the stage, the setup there, was superior to any setup. Even those backlash hooks that used to
the
go.
swinging ones.
Yeah, even superior to that. That stage thing was completely amazingly awesome. And like I said, there's very few things I find TNA. I think that their TNA house shows are better than any kind of WWE house show that you're going to get. I think your experience is a lot better. I think you get way more bang for the buck.
Yep.
I love the stage way more than I've seen anything from WWE. And TNA programs, I think, are better than any WWE program. At least the 09, the 08 ones were kind of basic, but those were the first 2 years they had the programs. But the 2010s, all the 2010 programs that they've released now.
What, 7 or 8 editions at this point?
Are still, I like them. I like the way the paper's used. I like that they have autograph pages in the back, even though I don't particularly use those, but I have some autographs on those.
Okay. Get off TNA's not sack for a second, because let's move in away from the house shows. I guess it kind of leads towards Turning Point, and a big announcement. Team 3D. What's going on?
Well, I mean, if you watch Bound for Glory, you saw Team 3D came out with their announcement that they're going to retire, which is long overdue. But they're only gonna retire with one last match.
One last match against the Motor City Machine Guns apparently is supposed to happen at Turning Point.
Is this gonna be a match or is it just a burial? I mean, is this actually? I mean, is this?
Here's because the Team 3D definitely has buried the Guns in the past, but I feel like this is the Guns' time to shine. I feel like Team 3D is starting to get to the end of their rope. They definitely have had accomplishments in the wrestling business. They are a very, very decorated tag team. They've done a lot for tag team wrestling. However, when your time comes, your time comes. And I'm okay with them not retiring, but they need to start pushing younger stars if they don't retire. And they can start by doing that by giving the Guns the one-up.
So they've made this big deal about retiring and saying they're gonna have one last match. This is it. One last match for the tag belts against the Guns.
Yep.
And you honestly believe that they're going to put the Guns over and then they're gonna just disappear into the sunset?
No, I don't feel like they do, nor do I feel like they should. Though, like I said, I feel like they are the perfect tag team to utilize to help put over younger tag teams.
I don't disagree with that because they have a reputation. They have 23 or whatever number of tag team titles, worldly known. But I don't think they're going to do it.
Neither do I. I gotta speak realistically.
I think Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, you guys might as well go ahead and pick out a plot out in the cemetery, dig it 6 feet deep because you guys are going in it, and it's going to be courtesy of 3D, and that's just it's so sad. It's so sad, and this is what's going to happen.
I guess the last real note in terms of big Bound for Glory issues was what the hell was up with Taz's commentary.
I took all these notes on things that Taz had.
I mean, I know I only remember 2 specifically.
Okay.
Make me some bacon.
Make me some bacon.
During the Knockouts match. That's almost as dumb as let the pigeons loose. What does this stuff mean?
The pigeons loose thing, I found out what that means.
Okay.
This is a 1950s reference. Evidently, in the show Happy Days, which, starred, what the hell was that guy's name? It's the guy who played the Fonz. What was his name?
Winkler.
Yeah, Henry Winkler. That's right. Henry Winkler, Ron Howard. Yes, that Happy Days from the 50s or 60s there. I can't even remember what decade it was. Clearly long before either of us were
Most
around.
wrestling fans who's going to be watching it's time.
Fonz dated, who would, what was it Pinky Pinkarelli or
I
something?
don't-
Pinky Pinkarelli, I think was the girl's name. And you know, every time that I guess when she showed up or something like that, the fawns would go, "Let the pigeons loose." I don't really see how it's relevant to wrestling, but that's where this historical reference is really from.
So
Yeah, you talk to this one. Let me handle this.